Alright guys, so lab 5. So we have to make this honeycomb pattern. So what we're going to do is just make the honeycomb pattern first and then make the frame around it second. So on my front plane I'm going to do a sketch. I'm going to make I'm just going to make a base plate, not with the corner of the rectangle, but with the center rectangle. So I'm just going to do this, set the length equal to 300, set the height equal to 200. There we go. I want to fillet the corners to be 20 millimeters. Yep. Bang, bang. And this one too. There we go. Okay. So with that done, I'm going to make a polygon. I'm going to just make it out here. I don't want it to be like correlated to any of this. I just want it to exist. So I'm just going to make it right here. So this one is going to be our parent polygon. So I'm going to make this have a diameter of 20 millimeters. I'm going to set the top part to be horizontal. And from here, we're going to do a linear sketch pattern. So I'm going to highlight all the edges as well as the arc in the center. There we go. Linear sketch pattern. All right. So what I wanted to be able to do, I want it to go all the way to the opposite side and also all the way up. So if I count from the drawing that he gave us, I want this to also be in the center, right? I want one to end up right here in the center. So from here, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So from here, I need 7. I need to space them apart 38 millimeters apart. So 38, okay? And then I want them to be 22 millimeters high. So our y-axis. Well, first let's see how many I need in my y-axis. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I need 9. So 9. Space apart 22 millimeters. There we go. And we're gonna click OK. Okay. So with this, I'm gonna put one in the center for in a minute, but first I need to organize these because these are all just free floating. So what I'm gonna do is click that midpoint, make those vertical to each other. Gonna set the distance between them to 2. Okay. Let's see. Where else do I need to move this? Okay, I think I just need to move this to be in the center point. So I'm going to click the center point of this in the origin, make it coincident. Okay, so now those two, the middle row is fully defined. Oh, I forgot to set the distance between you and you. You need to be 38. Yes. Okay, so there we go. That's the first part of the honeycomb pattern. Now I need to make the outer, the in-between rows. So same thing, basically. Just go over here, make a polygon, make sure it's not connected to anything, I just want it to exist. And I'm going to set this to be horizontal. I'm going to set the dimensions of this to be 20 millimeters. I'm going to set the distance between you and you to be 2. And the distance between you and you to be 2 as well. Okay, there we go. Then your sketch pattern, entities to pattern, you, all the edges, plus the arc. And it should be 1 more than we did last time. So this one was 7, so now it's 8. And this one was 9, so this one should be 8 as well. So this needs to be 22 millimeters spaced apart, and this should be 38 millimeters spaced apart. Yeah. So now it fills up the rest of the board, and we'll just do that. Okay. And same drill. Just set the center points vertical to each other. Set the dimensions between them to be 2. Yep. And then set the midpoints between you and you to be 38. Yep. Okay. So that's it. Okay, so now that we did our honeycomb pattern, what I'm going to do now is make the base frame of it. So I'm going to go exit the sketch and I'm going to hide this. I'm going to go back into my front plane. I'm going to make another sketch. I'm going to do a center rectangle from right here. Make this 300 by 200. Okay. And I'm going to offset this to 10 millimeters. Yes, because it says so right here, 10 millimeters. Okay. So with that, I'm going to get the fillet. I'm going to set that to 20, and I'm going to click both corners. That one, this one, that one, this one, that one, and this one, and that one. Okay. So that's our base plate. So I'm going to extrude the sketch one first. So I'm going to go over here, extrude. I'm going to set this to 5 millimeters. I'm pretty sure that's what the thickness said it was. If I go back up, yeah, thickness is 5 millimeters. If the product is fabricated by a titanium, whatever that is. So I'm going to set that to 5, okay? And then I'm going to set the sketch of the base plate. I'm going to extrude this one to also be 5. There we go. So now the corners are rounded, just like it is in here. And all of the hexagons are a part of each other. Yeah. Okay. And then all we have to do now is just set the material. So the material is titanium. Whoops. Titanium. Titanium Ti8A1. Yeah. That's this one. And that's what this is. So I have a mass properties of 398.39 grams for the mass. Volume is 91165.53 cubic millimeters, and the surface area is 84336.49 square millimeters. Alright, so now time for the spring. So the spring is pretty easy. He even makes a guide on how to make it. So to go over it, basically we just go to our top plane, we make a circle from right there, make the diameter 200. There we go. Exit the sketch. We're gonna go over to back to our sketch tab, or I mean my features tab. Go over here to curves, helix and spiral. Select the circle, and then you're gonna want. Let's see here. Let me see the settings. Pitch and revolution, constant pitch, 100 millimeter pitch, 5 revolutions, and a start angle of 180 degrees clockwise. So just have all of those set. So now we have our spiral, and he wants us to set a plane. So select your reference to geometry and select plane, and then over here select the very end point of the tip of the spiral, right? And then just make the plane. Right click it, sketch, and we're gonna make a circle, right? Try to get it to where the origin is, but to make sure, over here in parameters, just set the x and the y to 0. So there we go. And I'm going to set the dimensions of this to be 40. There we go. Pretty sure it was 40. With diameter 40 millimeters, yeah. So center at x0 and y0, 40 millimeters of diameter. Yep. So now with that, exit the sketch again. Do a swept boss and base. So we have our sketch 2 selected, and then we're going to select the spiral. So select both of those, and we made our spring. I'm going to hide the plane and also our drawing for the spiral. And I'm going to make the material, I believe it was copper. Was it copper? I think it was. Let me see. Up here at the top. If the aluminum 1060 alloy. So I can just put 1060 and I'll get aluminum alloys. There we go. So that is it for lab 5. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. What mass properties did I get? Mass is 10792.55 grams. Volume is 3997241.08. Surface area is 402253.76. And that is it. Nice.